EA Sports. It's in the game. Boom, whap, zap. He was like a superhero on that run.
Yo.
The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA.
I ain't gonna lie, your mic fucked up right now.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap.
What happened?
The Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started.
Nah, your shit fucked up.
Go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
I can't hear you.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And some room to work. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On play action, Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
First down carry by Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott, man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Elliott. is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward. It looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away 1/2 of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now Lawrence on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Lawrence will throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Lawrence looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Jones now in motion left. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Foyesani and American. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the ground with a tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They give it off here to the tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Cowboys,
You can have that back. Try again.
at their own 32-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter from the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Prescott now. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
I ain't gonna lie, you pretty nice. Couple bad decisions, but you nice.
Jaguars come to the line to
Nah,
start
for real,
their
at
next
me.
drive.
Hold on. You ready?
Now ETN to start the drive. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game,
I believe.
has got
Shit.
to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, Lawrence forced out to his left. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go.
That probably would have been a house call if he would have caught that
guy
shit.
was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Straight ahead, ETN. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On second down and 4, Lawrence. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No, a little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's
Yeah, you want me to go for it?
As they burn one here in this third quarter.
I tried to just go ahead and take my 3, but you're forcing me to take my 7.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. Touchdown. Evan Ingram, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jags' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
I ain't gonna lie, I spent all day testing out different teams. This is like the 20th teams I played with. I played with the Jets the last 5 games.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
What?
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance.
The Jets actually fire, though.
But they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play. So
I hate motherfuckers that play with the Eagles and the Dolphins.
Imagine their defensive
They
coaches
do one
are yelling
thing.
at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they
Damn.
come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Foyesade American. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
He said, let's walk him down anyway.
They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD.
All they ass is tired.
6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Yeah, the Jack. I played with, I don't know, I only picked this team because of Trevor Lawrence. But I'm not even using the motherfucker.
Offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic
I'm telling you.
to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason.
I play with, I'm a Steelers fan. Playing with the Steelers, boy, my ass again.
It has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into.
The defensive-wise, yes. Offensive-wise, I'm going to throw like 4 pick sixes and some more shit. I'm going to lose strictly off offensively.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Lawrence going to go out wide here for Jones.
His slow ass.
Down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Let that have been Tyreek Hill or something.
On second and 9, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here.
And I'm also not one of them motherfuckers that run 3 plays either.
They have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one.
Them motherfuckers, bro.
Such a large lead and allow them to smile as this game continues.
I just open up the playbook and see what the fuck worked.
They go play action now. Lawrence. A quick throw, but incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of
motherfuckers that run 3 plays. I just quit. I'm not gonna play y'all.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do.
Come on, Trevor.
The receiver, and he's brought down. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The
I'm going to take my 3 this time. I'm not going to get greedy.
Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
What happened?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section of that.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The slot man in motion right. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
You call that shit a consolation score? I fucking hate these announcers, bro.
Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And now here's another interception. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They'll run with ETN. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it'll be intercepted.
I don't know why I did that shit.
And the Cowboys are
I just wanted to see if that shit'll work.
at their own 33. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed.
Hell yeah.
Is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw is Prescott. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking
What the fuck are they talking about?
Which ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil?
And those last for
A long time.
no doubt.
They'll start by running the option to the right. 20! And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself.
I'm telling you, use the feet.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And one of the whistles for a timeout.
Okay, I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world.
In a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'm about to throw a jump ball to the right side.
Someone pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes
we can.
it can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
So the failure to connect.
I'm throwing it to Jones in the corner.
Leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Face mask?
Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter.
Again, they just said, fuck it.
As this ball game is now officially over.
It was supposed to be. I ain't gonna lie, if I was the ref, I wouldn't have called that shit either.
Be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.